Topping today's news, more opportunities to invest in the new Bahamas Power and Light coming soon. Opposition parties continue to apply pressure to the government to address the crime issue. CARICOM leaders pleased with the progress in Haiti thus far, and lobster season begins. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Torino Saunders. This is your JCN Evening News. It's a pleasure to have you join us. If you feel as though you were denied the opportunity to invest in the government's deal with Pike Corporation to upgrade and improve Bahamas Power and Light following the close of the recent $100 million bond offering, which was oversubscribed, by the way, Anthony Ferguson, president of Colina Financial Advisors, which acted as the agent for the capital raise, said there will be more similarly attractive opportunities to invest in the new BPL in the coming months. Financial experts say Bahamians are motivated to invest because of the potential for a high rate of return and the fact that BPL has a monopoly. The minimum amount to invest in the bond was $50,000. Mr. Ferguson made the comments as a guest on Guardian radio talk show Z Live with host Shivago Lang. Meanwhile, official opposition leader Michael Pintard telling the Tribune that he feels that the Utilities Regulations Competition Authority, IRCA, has not been as forceful as it can be when it comes to enforcing the rules and regulations as it relates to Bahamas Power and Light. He is quoted as saying that BPL is seemingly allowed to operate as a power unto itself, with IRCA failing to hold it and the government accountable for its poor services. Mr. Pintard is urging IRCA to be more bullish in ensuring that BPL meets its license obligations. A recently released report suggests that BPL has been non-compliant with 13 legal and regulatory obligations. Following two murders on Tuesday that saw a 43-year-old woman killed in a suspected domestic violence incident in the Angliston area, and a 35-year-old man allegedly connected to the $1.5 million armor truck heist shot multiple times in the Fox Hill community, opposition leader Michael Pintard is once again applying pressure on the Davis administration to address the national concern in relation to crime. In a written statement on Wednesday, Mr. Pintard said the government's lack of urgency in establishing a transparent process to investigate this matter that also involves a high-ranking police officer. He said the lack of action is shaking public confidence in law enforcement, policymakers, and the entire criminal justice system. Mr. Pintard urged the Minister of National Security, Wayne Monroe, and Prime Minister Philip Davis to demonstrate a sense of urgency as the murder count approaches 80, now at 76 for the year. The 47th regular meeting of CARICOM heads in Grenada ended on Tuesday after discussing a wide range of topics, including Haiti. Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Rowley, said CARICOM leaders are pleased with the governmental transitional process thus far in Haiti.
Well, we are quite happy that we made some significant progress with Haiti. You know, CARICOM, we had quietly and firmly worked on Haiti. We got the transition arrangement out of the way. We got the council in place, and the Kenyans are on the ground in Haiti, fully supported by the resource base of the Americans and the Canadians. And these were things that were not there before, and we literally had to fight our way to that position. The Prime Minister is here. And I think we're in a much better place now, even though there's still a lot of problems there. But it's not as hopeless as it appeared when they...
Meanwhile, Dr. Ralph Gonzalez, president of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, says there are still lots of challenges as it relates to the humanitarian situation in Haiti. However, he commended the Eminent Persons Group for their work thus far.
The Eminent Persons Group, they've done a fantastic job thus far in mediating and shepherding up this process. They've started the process of having nominations for the Electoral Council. And I believe that the idea which they have in mind is that before the end of next year to have elections in Haiti, which is a lot of progress which has been made.
Dr. Gonzalez says the new Haitian Presidential Council will have to define what role the Eminent Persons Group will play going forward. During the meeting in Grenada, CARICOM leaders also discussed crime situation, or the crime situation here in the Caribbean, and the implementation of free movement of people in the region. However, leaders did not adopt a position on Venezuela and its controversial presidential elections that has resulted in an outbreak of violence in Venezuela. And finally, in this segment, crawfish season began today, and marine resources officials are reminding you to ensure that your catch meets the legal size requirements. The tail length should be a minimum of 5.5 inches. They also want you to comply with all regulations and sustainable practices, like do not harvest pregnant female lobsters. Also, you are reminded to pay the related fees for the lobster season. The crawfish season ends on March 31st in 2025. The industry generates approximately $90 million each year for us here in the Bahamas. You're listening to JCN News. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after these commercials.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.